Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with Emergency Az number 18, Emergency Az videos, raw, reactionary type of videos to breaking news within gaming. They tend to be rather Blizzard centric. Isn't going to change today because I want to talk about the quarter call, the Q4 quarter call, which was announced yesterday. Now, that goes into the months of October, November and December of last year. And what we normally would have here is the subscriber numbers for the World of Warcraft and also the health of the game, the future of the game and all that kind of jargon. But at the last quarter call, Blizzard announced that they would no longer be announcing the subscription numbers for the World of Warcraft for one reason or another. They say it doesn't affect the way that they deal with things financially, but of course one of the big reasons that they're no longer going to do it is because they're in freefall. So what I've done is I have actually written down here my WoW sub number prediction, which I'll give to you at the end of the video. So with no sub numbers being given out, why was this quarter call so interesting? Well, if you're anticipating Legion and you're looking forward to Legion coming out, then I'm afraid your wait's going to be a wee bit longer because some information was provided in the quarter call meeting that, let's just say, is not going to make very many people too happy. And it goes something like this. Legion is expected to launch this summer following the June release of the Warcraft film by Legendary Pictures. So just to reiterate that, Legion's expected to launch following, that means after, the June release for the Warcraft film. Now, the Warcraft movie is coming out on June 3rd, so it's highly unlikely that they're going to release it a week or two later. It's probably going to be a few weeks after that. But there is something quite interesting about the Warcraft movie that we can discuss here as well. Number one, this is just a fact, by the way. Don't get on my back about this. No video game movie has ever been successful in the cinema, in theatres. They've had some decent success when it's gone to Blu-ray and it's gone to Blu-ray sales and DVD sales, but actually physically at the theatres, at the cinema itself, no movie game film or no film based on a movie game franchise has ever done well. So the Warcraft movie is up against it from the get-go. So if it does prove to be a big hit, they are going to do something that no video game franchise has ever done before. So that could be very special. That could be very good for a knock-on effect for WoW sub numbers. There is also a big rumour going around that Blizzard are going to be giving away World of Warcraft video game codes at the movie. So when you purchase a movie ticket, you'll get yourself a code to play the World of Warcraft in an effort to try and entice people after they've seen the film to be interested in potentially playing the actual game itself. How true that is? I can believe that, bearing in mind, of course, that you can play the game free up to level 20. There is that free trial element involved there. I don't see this as too much different to that. In that sense. And of course, if a few weeks later after the film has come out, Legion is released, then if people were interested in the film, were interested in the World of Warcraft demo or whatever you want to call it, you know, free trial that they participated in, they might go on and purchase Legion. You never know. You don't know. So it's all about marketing. But there's another thing about June which we need to discuss as well. You see, on June 23rd, 2015, that was the release date of patch 6.2. So it definitely looks like patch 6.2 is going to be with us for a whole year before we even see any new content whatsoever. Now, do also bear in mind that Blizzard did, on their Legion literature, say that Legion can come out anytime up until around about the 20th or so of September of 2016. They're touting summertime, but obviously that is subject to change. So realistically, when are we looking at a Legion release time? I think realistically it's July, possibly maybe hitting early August. But I think July seems to be a more, to me, amenable time frame based off the movie release and whatnot. So if we do use July as a test bed for the launch of Legion, then that's still 5 months away from where we are now. And in less than 2 weeks' time, patch 6.2 would have been with us for 8 months. Now, this is just such a ridiculous content drought, and it's just such a ridiculous kind of attitude that Blizzard have towards the game. So before I go and keep that thought going, let's return back here to my WoW sub number prediction. I think the last time they gave the sub numbers is about 5.3 million. What's it going to be now? I really don't give a shit. That is my prediction for the sub numbers. I mean, come on. We have to be realistically here. Who gives a fuck? Who really gives an honest shit about this? I don't think anyone does. Even Blizzard don't give a shit anymore. So little do they give a shit about the actual numbers. They're more interested in the financials. They've stopped giving them out. Also, we're living in an age of this game here where people are crying out for content for this expansion, which never came. And the way that they're being spoken to by Blizzard is being emotionally blackmailed back. Well, if we stop now on Legion and start to produce some content for Warlords of Draenor, it's going to make the Legion release further into the future, or it might affect the amount of content going into Legion. It's unbelievable bullshit. It's just absolutely... Well, bamboozling isn't quite the word for this. It's just nonsensical that you literally, the players for the World of Warcraft are being held at gunpoint by the developers here. And all the way through Warlords of Draenor, of course, it had an increase in the price of the subscription. It had an increase in the price of the game. It had an increase in price of the services. And it's had absolutely fuck all content. So yeah, who gives a shit how many subscribers it's got? Because I don't think there's any relevance to the World of Warcraft right now. There's no hype that was built up in Q3. The alpha has very gradually been adding little pieces of content, but we haven't even reached endgame. In actual fact, we haven't even reached a point where all the classes are playable yet on the alpha. And there's another big word to still use. Alpha. It's the middle of February almost, and we're still in alpha. There's so much time left before this game is released, as Legion is released, and we don't even have a slight inkling on what content, end-game content, there's going to be for us to play. So, yeah, the Warcraft movie coming out June 3rd. Legion, it's going to come out after the Warcraft movie. That's now been confirmed, so it's not going to come out any time before June. So that mission's gone away. So we are looking July, August, and potentially that dreaded September for release date. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings about that are in the comments section down below. But just before I go, I need to give a huge thank you to my channel sponsors, Yaktronics. You saw the logo at the beginning of the film. And also, they do these amazing custom headsets, mice, keypads, mouse pads. There's so much on the website. Top link in the description down below. Use the code BABYFACE for an additional 7% off your order. And I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Yes, I do hope to get better soon. I am trying desperately hard, but at the same time, I also want to get content out for you. So I know I sound like an inverted bag of fucking scrotums, but I am desperately trying to put something out there for you to enjoy. Also, follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Those links are also in the description box, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.